TV and film set lingo you must know to survive on set. Hi everybody, this is Steve with the Crew's Point of View. This is part 3 of a 3-part series on different lingo, slang, terms, phrases that you wouldn't normally hear out in the workplace. So I put them all together in a 3-part series. If you haven't seen the 2 parts, 1 and 2, there's a link down in the description down below, so please check those out if you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for stopping by, and please remember to smash that subscribe button, comment, and like. Thank you so much for coming by, and now enjoy. Okay, we've all been sitting there at the end of a movie. We've had our popcorn, we've had our Coca-Cola, our pizza, whatever we ate, and we're just sitting there waiting for everything and the people to get out of the theater, and you see in the scrolling all the credits go by and the places and the people, and you see these names of jobs, and all of a sudden you see the best boy, and you think to yourself, what the heck is that? Well, the best boy basically is really the best boy. He's second in command on an electric crew, on a grip crew, on a, I guess there's other best boys in different departments. I'm not really familiar. Usually they're called pushers or gang bosses and stuff in other departments. But anyways, the best boy, what he does as a grip, I'll just speak from experience, being a best boy from time to time in my past. A best boy takes care of paperwork, personnel, and equipment. And that's it. And then if there's any reason that we're getting peeled on set, the key grip or somebody will talk to the best boy and let him know that we need a little extra set of hands on set for this particular setup or this particular company move or camera dolly move or something like that. So the best boy really is the best boy. So there you go. It's one of those mystery jobs that you go, what the heck is that? Well, guess what? Now you know. If you ever visit a set that's actually shooting and they're in production, as we say, you'll hear from time to time, the sound department will yell out through the AD and all the PAs, room tone. And what they're trying to do is they're gathering white noise or static noise from this specific set, this specific time frame, so that everything in the sound matches with the actors and actresses that just spoke in that same exact environment. I know it sounds kind of funky, but it's white noise and it's all kinds of stuff like that when it comes to sound. So there you go, room tone, and then usually you give it 30 seconds to a minute of everybody being absolutely quiet, and then that's it, and then we resume, or we go to lunch, or we go home, or whatever they need to do. Okay, so there you go, room tone. Here's one that'll kind of drive you crazy. I know it drives me crazy on set. It's called a stinger, and that's an electrician's term from the electric department. And basically what that is, it's just a heavy-duty extension cord or power cord that we would use at our home or at the office or something like that. They've just got the bigger Edison plugs and the thicker gauged wire, and most of these things are usually anywhere from 25, 50 to 100 feet long. So if you ever see anybody asking for a stinger on set, you know they're not looking for a bee sting, they're looking for an extension cord. Now here's one that's kind of funny. It's called SNOT tape. That's right, it's SNOT tape. It's a product made by 3M, and what we use it is it's a double layer of, basically it's just very pliable adhesive. And when you put it on your fingers, because it has to come into a thickness, a width. So it's either going to be a width of a quarter, half, or a full inch wide. We use this to stick things right to frame, so we can put on diffusion, different color gels, different color correction for different lights and stuff like that for the camera. So SNOT tape, it's really crazy. We get that. Everybody does the joke. Big piece in your hand, roll it around, put it in your nose, turn your head, turn around and talk to somebody. It's the oldest joke on set, but it still makes people laugh, and it still freaks the new people out. So if you're ever on stage, make sure that you're very aware that that's a prank when the SNOT tape comes out. Through your busy day, you're going to be taking yourself all over the set or all over the location. No matter what you're doing, what department, you're just going to be all over the place because things aren't going to be exactly where you need them to be. So throughout your day, you're going to need to use the restroom, and to let everybody know that in your department, on your channel, the term I am 10-1, that lets everybody know on your channel in your department that you're taking a quick break and you're off to the restroom. Usually what I say is Steve is 10-1, and that way everybody knows that, and you need to get at least one person to copy you back on the radio when you say that at least one person knows when something happens all of a sudden it wasn't planned and I'm in the restroom. It's not that I'm out screwing around, I'm in the restroom, okay? And I am not available to come out until I'm finished. Anyways, there you go. 10-1. Okay, another term you're going to hear on set quite a lot for each setup or scene that we do, or pieces or part of a scene, you'll hear the boom operator say, sound speed. And what that does, it lets the director and the actual audio mixer on the other end know that we're getting ready to go, and that the audio mixer needs to turn everything on, get everything up to speed so it's synced with the actors and the camera. And that's all that is. So when you hear sound speed, you know it's just everybody getting ready in the sound department and everybody tracking with all the other electric instruments, camera, monitors, things like that. Okay? Okay, here's one for the camera department. You'll hear on set from time to time, bring me some sticks. What you're going to be hearing is somebody asking for a tripod from the camera department. Usually the first camera operator or the actual operator herself will call for a set of sticks. Then the assistants will go grab the sticks, take them to the location, exact spot where you want them to land, and then they will go ahead and mount the head and then put the camera on those sticks. Okay? So when you're hearing sticks, don't look around and look for sticks. Look in the camera department. Here's a term on set everybody that's ever seen a movie about making movies has heard. Action. And what that is, that's an indication from the director or whoever's running that scene for the actors, the background, the crew members, the camera, just telling everybody this is where you start and this is where we go. So when a director or first AD says action, that means everybody's going to start the sequence and start their job. Okay, another term I'm sure everyone's heard is the term cut. And what that means is the director or whoever's running that scene at that time has just let everybody on the crew, special effects, background, actors, everybody, that cut means stop. Something went wrong, they didn't like the approach. Maybe the actors fumbled their lines coming out of their first position. Maybe the lights didn't work on cue. Maybe something malfunctioned in set dressing or special effects. It could be one of 1,000 things out there that the director had a problem with. So he would yell cut, and then they would say back to one. Or the director would say cut and then come in and speak to a problem that he may have to address on, scripty or anything like that. Not that it's a fight or anything, he's just coming in to clarify what he needs, his vision, and what he needs the actors and everything to do. If that's the case, it might, like I said, it might be lights, it might be sound, it might be anything. Okay, so there you go. Cut! Well, folks, here's an old school term, so if you've been in the business as long as I have, over 30 years, you've heard this and you know what it's all about. You'll hear the first AD say, "This is the Abby," or "This is the Abby Singer." The Abby Singer, very, very famous Hollywood American producer and assistant production manager. Abby Singer, he was in films from the 1950s through the 1980s. He was known all the time for talking on set and always talking about the second to the last shot. And now we call it the Abby Singer. So when you hear the AD say, "This is the Abby," they're just letting the crew know that we got one more shot after this. And what that means to us is we usually start cleaning up the set, equipment that's not being used or going to be used in the last shot. We try to clean it up, put it in the carts where it's supposed to be, get it ready in case we're just leaving it there, or we may have to clean up at the end of the day and put everything in the carts and then go load a truck because we may be on location and we're self-compact. We take our own things with us wherever we go. Okay? So, this is the Abbey. Okay, there's a lot of folks that's going to know this one. Most every single crew member out there that's worked in the past, present, and in the future will know this term. It says the first AD will come out and say, guys, this is the Martini. The minute you hear that from the first AD, every single channel hears this is the Martini. So everybody who has a radio on that stage gets to hear this is the Martini. And all that signifies, it tells everybody on the crew that this is our last shot. So if it's not working, if it ain't, it ain't. Means if it ain't working, it ain't supposed to be there, so put it away. Okay? So this is the Martini on this episode. This is the last shot for this. Thank you guys so much for coming out, taking a look at part 3. If you didn't get a chance to see part 1 or part 2, I'm going to put a link down in the description right now. And that way you can take a look at it and get all the information you need on all the funky terms and everything from TV and film set lingo. Thanks a lot. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for stopping by. The Crew's Point of View with Steve Moore.